like water transportation. Wine and later they don't do it. And I'm like, you know what? I don't get to Sunday. I don't get out anybody. That stuff better be picked up or TV and so recognize and then they just really bad. But like how is that?
I so appreciate now, like that I survived teenagehood when my mom was working all day home, and I was like,
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Dealing with the capacity, but like she could come home and be clearly exhausted and be like, okay, let's go to the mall for a few minutes. I need something for school tomorrow, and like it didn't phase me like why she was upset about it.
Right, that was me yesterday. So like, I was calling Carl and it was literally
came off the hinges at the bottom.
And I was headed to Meyer for groceries and for note cards for Mario so she could do her social studies note cards that she had left at school but she didn't finish and she didn't bring the note cards home. And I was like, and I was still in my bra and all my clothes from
Do you want me to park it or take it up to the garage?
I can't do this right now. I am still in my entire outfit was still on at 8:30. I had been walking around the entire day since 6 o'clock.
All I wanted to do was change and now I'm going to my yard.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate that feeling. And I was so mad. Like I was just like, so then I went home and Mario was like, can you tuck me? And I'm like, you know what? No, I need to do it.
Bring it to the garage.
I have one of those like workout app things and I put that on and so and it was
I had class tonight, so that's part of my like every other Thursday stress is that there's like an hour that I go home and can maybe change and maybe catch up on the reading.
and then walk out the door again.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to bring food. So for some reason that was really stressful for me and the other person bringing food. We like couldn't decide what to do. Finally we're like vegetables, that's it. We'll just bring vegetables and they'll be fine.
It's an added thing.
Right.
I get it. Like I
everything
work
is
at that
added.
restaurant, so on the days that I'm working, I'm like, oh my god, I have no time to rest. I have to go straight to work.
And it's you know, like all the like in between stuff, you know, like making dinner, making lunches. When I realized today I didn't have to make lunch for Griffin today or tomorrow, it was like a party.
Oh, it is.
It was so
I'm
relieved.
totally party. And you should see me make lunches because I'm like fanatic about it because I want them to have healthy lunch,
Yeah,
you know. So like cutting up vegetables and fruit and putting them in those little tiny containers, bento, plastic
that's
bento
what-
boxes, and
Which is not enough for my bento. It's not like he could eat a
make
tiny
sure you're
container.
packing too.
Well, I'm packing a snap, which is like that same size pretty much, or just like fresh fruit. And then one of the bento things Monday, putting in a bunch of containers for both of us for lunch. And then I did that on Monday, and I came home on Tuesday. I kid you not, we had 6 containers. Griffin took one to school, I took one for lunch, and I came home from class Monday night, and they were all gone. So for breakfast, he had eaten one. When he got home from school, he had eaten another one, like after I left, and then he ate another one with dinner, and then we lost one. Who knows where? You've eaten like a whole honeydew melon today, and I cannot keep up with that anymore. Like, I do not physically have the time to cut that much fruit for you. I'm
But
sorry.
just say, like, after you have one of those, then get a cheese stick and something else, you know, like.
I don't think we even knew that he did it. Like, I think we found the container somewhere else, like he stashed away. Little chipmunk. I'm glad that he's having healthy things and like not bugging me for, potato chips, but it's definitely a lot of maintenance.
My girls would, they would totally devour it if I did that too, but I don't have enough time for that. Like, it's enough just to make lunches.
Right.
But I always think, like, it would be easier if I just made a bunch of those little containers at the beginning of the week, and they could just take them and go out of the fridge, but I never have enough time to do that.
Right.
Like, it probably would be easier for me if I did.
Yeah, I end up like just cutting the whole thing because I feel like if I'm gonna clean it and then like pack away half of it, I might as well just cut it like it's something he doesn't all the time. Mostly it's been okay, other than that one incident. I was at a birthday party, I guess 2 weekends ago, and like with none of these parents that I've ever known before, this mom was like, they were telling me all these stories, and it was kind of awkward because like they clearly thought that I was gonna agree with them, but I like they're a lot more conservative than I am. Right? So one of the complaints that Tara was making was that the principal like does this note every week, right? And it's just like it's nothing earth shattering. Here's what's happening in school, like bullet points mostly, but there's a paragraph that he always writes. It's just meant to be like a sweet paragraph for the principal. But like last line in it is something like, and please don't forget to send your kid with healthy snacks. So this mom crazy offended by that. And I was like trying to get an understanding, like, so wait, why are you upset about it? Like, well, you're implying that I can't you're implying that I have to send my kid to
Because you're
school.
like, well, the fact that you're upset about it
Yeah.
implies that you don't pack up the snacks.
Right. Well, she's like, but I have that right. I'm like, but he's not saying you don't have that right. He's just encouraging you to give your kid healthy food. And then Kim was telling me at her elementary school, where her boys go just down the street, they're not allowed to eat it if it's not a healthy snack. It's like, wow, don't tell this mom that.
Our school is the same way, but even if I give them one cookie in their lunch and they choose to eat that for their snack that day, that's, you know what I mean? That's what they picked for snack time.
Right.
So you're not there, so you can't say, are you sure you want to pick that for your snack or not?
Right. I mean, I don't know. She's so
It
bent
depends
out
on
of
the
shape
teacher.
about it.
This year, Maria's got this coolest teacher. She's British. Her name is Mrs. Webby. And she's got older kids that are like in high school and college. And so she's totally like laid back. And I just appreciate her so much. And she's got this like dry, sarcastic sense of humor. And she just like is so hilarious. And she does these weekly competitions with them. Maria won the dance competition last week. And they always get like a prize. And she gave away Peeps, like a Halloween package of Peeps. It's like a huge one too. And like, so, you know, even though Dexter's on this whole like healthy snack thing,
Yeah.
she's still like, you know, oh, that's cool, let's have this.
Right.
Whatever.
Griffin's teacher does yoga with them every day, which I think is super cool. But they must not have been able to do tree pose because the first week he came home and I was like, I'm super impressed. I didn't know you could do that either. And then the next week he was like, no, we changed it. Everyone was falling over. So it was really funny. So now I was like, okay, so how do you do it? It's like, we do a modified tree pose. But they like, they sprout their limbs and then their leaves. It's cute. You watch like a video apparently. So it was telling me it's underwater yoga. And so I was trying to figure out like, how does it work? And it's like a box underwater. I keep meaning to look it up, but I haven't gotten around to it.
108.
Oh.
It looks like us and Health got back at the same time.
Do we have to tell them to go back to 5th hour then?
Probably.
Because it's like a full hour left.
Come on, don't you guys want to do something fun with us?
Anywhere to house you.
The auditorium. Or we can go in the gym.
you guys probably have a few minutes. Like, you'll probably have to stop at your locker, right? And then, well, no, you don't get it. You'll probably have to stop at your locker, right? And then, like, we'll take a couple minutes to get to the office, and then have to make an announcement that you have to be back in class. Because you'll have to, like, put your coat away in your bag, maybe. Go to the bathroom, maybe. If you were in a rush.
Take a nap, maybe.
Oh, it's kind of crowded back here. Marcy always has mints in her room every single day. Just take one. I owe her $5 to replace them. And there you go.
Erica, do you have any mints?
I used to be able to read in cars and I can't. It's very sad.
I used to not even.
Oh, really? We listen to podcasts. That's like the perfect thing.
In the car?
He likes them. He likes the science ones, which I don't do a lot of science stuff in school, so it works out pretty well. But it started because I just all the time and ask all these questions. And so we started listening to them. Yeah.
You guys were a great bunch of kids. Have a good day.
Thanks. You guys will have to go to 5th hour, but we'll give you a few minutes to like put your bags away, stop the restroom.
Why don't we go to your classroom and hang out?
We have classes
Fifth hour
too.
will be there too.
You have to go to Spanish.
I hope life treats you real kind, and I hope you have all you ever dreamed of. Oh, I do wish you joy. I wish you lots of happiness, but above all this, I wish you